Hello, class. So I will be discussing the problem I have given you. So we are asked to prepare a proof of cash under the adjusted balance method. So to start, let us have here, let us plot muna the balances which are given. So let's start with the balance per book on October 31. So we have here 600,000. Then for the receipts, so take note, it was mentioned here, that ito yung receipts niya for or per book, for the month of November. So a total of 2,200,000. So later we will analyze, the effect of those items mentioned here, like for example, this one, that there's additional information that a collection from a customer amounting to 100,000 has been recorded as 10,000. So most probably we have a book error here. So let's try to address that later after we have plotted all of the beginning balances per book. Next to the receipts is disbursement. So we have here a total of 1,800,000. And again, as you have noticed, we have here additional information pertaining to a check which was recorded at 30,000 instead of 300,000. So we have to address that also later. Our November 30 balance, it's not given per book or per problem, but you can always compute for that balance. Now, knowing that your beginning cash balance plus your receipts minus your disbursements can be, or we can compute for our ending na balance per book. So your balance per book as of November 30 is 1 million. Before we account or analyze the book reconciling items, let us first plot naman the balance per bank. So our balance per bank, we have here, what is given is the balance per bank statement on November 30. So ito yung given natin, 930,000. We are also given the bank receipts. So bank receipts natin for November is 2,500,000. And then later na lang natin i-analyze yung bank error din, kasi may na-indicate dito that there is an erroneous credit amounting to 100,000. So dapat sana kay B-line yan, na-credit sa account ni Beehive. So there is overstatement of our bank receipts. Next would be for the bank disbursements. So the amount is 1,970,000. So take note, there is an information that itong 1,970,000, this includes a check of B-line company. So another bank error in the amount of 200,000, which we will deal later. Now, looking at the figures, so hindi given class yung October 31 na balance, but we can compute for this one, since meron tayong receipts, meron tayong disbursement, plus meron tayong ending balance. So what we can do is we simply add the disbursements to the ending cash balance per bank, which is of course the November 30 balance. Then let us deduct the receipts of 2.5 million. So we will get 400,000. You can always check if this is correct or not, by, of course, performing the usual computation, which is the October 31 balance plus your receipts minus your disbursement. So dapat yung total na makukuha natin should be 930,000. So, sakto naman siya. Okay? So, after this, let us try to analyze the reconciling items pertaining to our book lang muna. So, let's have the book reconciling item. So, ano ba yung mga book reconciling items? Meron ba tayong credit memo? Wala. Meron ba tayong debit memo? Wala rin, no? So, what we have is actually a bank or a book error. So, lagay na lang natin. Pinakauna, meron tayong book error. So, ang book error na to happened on November. Tapos, there is understatement of collection. So, instead of 100,000, yung kanyang ni-record lang ay magkano lang yan? 10,000. So, there is understatement of 90,000. So, kulang yung ating November 30 na balance amounting to 90,000. So, aside na kulang yung November 30 natin na balance, of course, kulang din yung na-recognize natin na receipts for the month. So, i-add din natin siya sa receipts. So, that's how you analyze it, no? How you plot it in a proof of cash. Another is a book error, no? There's another book error. This time, ano nangyari? There is understatement of disbursement, no? So, kanina collection, ngayon understatement naman of disbursement. Sana, or dapat sana ay 300,000, pero yung kanyang na-record is only 30,000. So, understated yung disbursement natin amounting to 270,000. So, that's 300,000 minus 30,000. So, since kulang yung ating disbursement, so what we have to do is i-deduct natin siya sa ating November 30 na balanse. So, you have, again, that's 300,000 minus your recorded amount na 30,000. So, meron tayong, parang mali na. So, meron tayong, this is 300,000 minus 30,000. And then you have to deduct it from our records. So, you have 270,000. Now, what is the effect of this 270,000? So, take note na yung disbursement natin na 1.8, no, with this error, with this book error, kulang ito ng 270,000. So, we have to add back 270,000 from your disbursement. Okay? So, I guess there's no other reconciling item for our book. So, kunin na lang natin yung ating adjusted balance. So, you have here yung ating October 31 na balance, wala tayong reconciling item. So, ito na yung ating adjusted book balance. Your receipts naman, so you simply add 2,200,000 plus 90. Yung disbursement, meron tayong 1.8 million plus 270. So you have 2,070,000. And then lastly, for our November 30 balances, so we simply add them. So you have 820,000. Now, if you're going to check whether this is correct or not, pwede mong gawin yun, no? Dapat yung ending balance mo ng November 30, if you are to compute for that in a horizontal manner, say 600,000 plus 2,290,000 minus 2,070,000. So, dapat the same lang din siya. So, vertically, horizontally, dapat you'll come up with the same amount. No? So, you have 820,000. Okay, so proceed tayo dito sa bank no? So proceed tayo sa bank. So for bank naman na balance, so we have here already, no? Ano-ano ba yung mga reconciliation or mga bank reconciling items? So una siguro, let's have muna the deposit in transit. So our deposit in transit is given, no, nung October 31. So let's try to analyze its effect na. So kung October 31 yan, so yung deposit in transit, of course, we are going to add it na to our balance per bank. So you have 300,000. Yan. Now, ano yung effect ng deposit in transit na to sa receipts natin sa November? So take note, class, na ang deposit in transit ng October 31, most probably, maka-credit yan sa bangko sa November na. So, ibig sabihin, yung 2.5 million na yan, that includes the deposit in transit last month. So, tama ba nga we include that amount in our balance, in our cash receipts, no, for the bank na point of view? Of course, no, the answer is no. Why not? No, hindi siya cash receipts per bank, no? Ngayong buwan na to. Receipt siya the last month or sa last month pa. So, pero na-record ng bangko, na-reflect ng bangko as part of their receipts during the month of November. So what you're going to do is you simply deduct, no, 300,000 from your receipts para ma-eliminate nga, no? Kasi gusto natin na yung receipts na magre-reflect dito, ayun lang receipts for the month of November. So dapat tanggalin natin yung for the month of October. Okay, the next thing to do, of course, sana ma-compute natin yung ating deposit in transit sa November 30 kasi hindi siya given. So, kung hindi siya given, then we can always compute, no, for that amount. So, ano ba yung formula ng computation ng November 30 or ending natin na deposit in transit? So, to illustrate, let us try to compute muna the deposit in transit for the month of November at the end of November. So, that's November 30. So let us try to compute for the deposit in transit in November 30 since it's not given. So how to compute for the deposit in transit at the end of the month? In this case, November 30. So start tayo with the deposit in transit last October 31, which is 300,000. The next thing to do is to add the cash receipts deposited by the entity to the bank. So take note, tanggalin natin, no, yung mga receipts na hindi dineposit ng entity sa bangko. So based on the information sa problem, our receipts per book amounts to 2,200,000. So that amount should be added, no, to the 300,000 because we have anticipated that that amount yung i-deposit ng entity sa bangko. However, take note that there was an error made by the book wherein kulang siya, no, imbis kay 100,000 ang ni-record niya na collection from a customer, ang ni-record lang niya ay 10,000. So take note, hindi lang pala, kasi itong 2.2 million, this amount here, ang na-integrate lang is ang 10,000. So, kulang ito ng 90,000. So, mag-anticipate tayo na ang i-deposit talaga ng entity sa bangko would be this much, na 2,200,000 plus your 90,000. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ito yung amount na ini-expect natin na ma-acknowledge ng bangko kasi this represents all of the cash receipts na deposited by the entity to the bank for the period plus yung deposit in transit ng October 31. So, i-deduct natin, magkano lang ba yung deposits na na-acknowledge ng bank? So, tingnan natin yung mga bank credits. But of course, sa mga bank credits na yun, tanggalin natin ang mga credit memo kasi hindi naman yun galing sa entity. No, so kung yung ating bank credits, merong mga credit memo, so dapat we have to eliminate that, no? We have to deduct that from the deposits acknowledged by bank because what we want to have here is only the amount na deposit na na-acknowledge ng bank na galing or deposit na galing sa entity na na-acknowledge ng bank. So in this case, the bank receipts amounted to 2.5 million. Pero take note, yung 2.5 million na yan, that includes bank error amounting to 100,000. Supposedly, kay Beeline sana, no? Kay Beeline sana siya, pero na-credit sa account ni Beehive. So that amount should be deducted. So magkano na lang yung ating deposits na na-acknowledge ng bank? So yan lang, 2,400,000. So yung dapat ay yung total deposits, no, ng entity sa bangko for this month is 2,590,000 plus of course, no, the deposit in transit which are expected to be credited, no, or to be reflected in the bank account the following month. So yun lang ang ating total na na-deposit for this month minus kung magkano ba yung acknowledge ng bangko. So you have 2.4 million. So your deposit in transit ng November 30 ay 90 or 190,000. Okay? So if you're going to plot it here, so we have here, di ba, November 30. So deposit in transit yan. So i-add lang natin yung 190,000. Yan. Now, saan ba apektado, no? Or ano yung affected? Ano ba affected? Receipts or disbursement? So most probably, ang affected nito ay ang receipts. So yung 2.5 million na yan, hindi pa kasama dyan ang deposit in transit na 190. So we have to include that in our bank receipts, no, for us to reconcile our records. Okay? So next thing is, or the next reconciling item would be the outstanding checks. So yung given lang class, no, sa outstanding checks natin, ang given is ang November 30 naman. So missing ang October 31 na outstanding check. So ang present lang or ang given lang is ang November 30. So before we analyze, no, or compute our October 31 outstanding check, so plot na lang muna natin, no, kung anong mangyayari sa outstanding check natin ng November 30. So we know that pag magre-reconcile tayo, yung outstanding check ay dinededuct natin yan. So the amount is 400,000. So since outstanding check to, so ibig sabihin hindi pa siya naka-reflect sa mga bank debits natin. So that's why we are going to add back, no, this 400,000 outstanding checks no November 30 dito sa ating disbursement under the bank na balance. So after that, let us try to compute naman yung outstanding checks no October 31. So paano ba i-compute? Actually, yung idea is the same lang, no, na ito lang ang kulang is October 31. So we just have to work it back. Work back lang natin, mag-start tayo sa baba. Pero pwede naman na i-plot na lang muna natin yung plot lang muna natin yung mga amounts. No? So, yan. So, let's start. Kasi, di ba, this is the usual computation sana. Ito yung usual na formula, no, to compute for your outstanding check. So, kaso nga lang, ang missing is itong October 31 na outstanding check. So, given na yung November 30, which is 400,000. Okay? So, given na ito siya. So, what do we do? Ano bang gagawin natin? So, plot lang muna natin, class, no, yung mga cash disbursements per book. So, take note na kapag merong mga debit memo, for example, na ngayon lang, debit memo ng last year or ng last month, for example, tapos ngayon lang na-record. So, dapat tanggalin yun kasi hindi naman yun check, no? Or disbursement nga yun, pero hindi siya check disbursement from or issued by the entity. So yan, in our problem, yung cash disbursements natin, makikita natin sa ating mga book, disbursements per book. So that's 1.8 million. Kaso lang, take note, di ba, na meron tayong book error. So yung ating disbursement ay kulang ng 270,000 since supposedly the disbursement is 300,000 pero yung na-record lang is ang 30,000. So dapat yung 270,000 na yun i-add natin dito sa 1.7 million para makuha natin kung magkano ang total na disbursement talaga, no? Magkano yung total disbursements from the entity? Magkano ba yung check issuances ng entity? So that is a total of 2,070,000. Now, i-deduct natin kung magkano ba yung mga cheque na na-acknowledge ng bank. So, for example, merong mga debit memo na sa current na period, dapat tanggalin natin yun kasi hindi naman yun cheque na galing sa, or disbursement, no, na galing sa entity or initiated by the entity, but rather, it was a debit memo. So, yung nag-initiate ng disbursement na yun ay ang bangko. So, hindi siya sa entity. So, check lang natin, asan ba natin makikita yung checks paid by the bank? So, tingnan lang natin yung ating mga bank debits or bank disbursements. So, in this case, that's 1,970,000. But, yun. But then, take note again that there is bank error, no? So, sobra ito ng 200,000 kasi yung check na B-line, na-debit din doon sa account ni Beehive. So, let's deduct 200,000. So, ito yung ating checks na na-acknowledge ng bangko. So, ito yung mga check na galing sa entity as check issuance. Pero, ito lang yung na-acknowledge ng bangko. Ito lang yung na-receive or na-disburse ng bangko. So what do we do? Pwede nating i-work back. No? So kung mag-work back tayo from the bottom until the top. So what we do is, since ito, di ba, the usual way of, itong total na to, i-deduct natin para makuha natin yung outstanding check sa end. So what we're going to do now is to add, no? I-add natin yung ito, no, plus this one. So you have 2,170,000. Kung meron na tayo nito, 2,170,000, what we're going to do para makuha natin yung ating beginning na outstanding check is i-deduct lang natin yung total na na-compute natin kanina sa cash disbursements, no, na galing sa entity. So with that, yung ating 2,170,000 minus 2,070,000. So makukuha natin yung outstanding check natin na 100,000. So this is our outstanding check as of October 31. So let's try to plot it here. So this is an outstanding check. So i-deduct natin siya from our October 31 balance. Now, anong effect nito, no? Asan siya may effect? Sa disbursement ba or sa receipts? So, di ba, ang mangyayari, class, itong ating outstanding check na October 31, most probably magre-reflect ito siya sa bangko pagka next month. So, ina-anticipate natin na pag outstanding check siya last month, magre-reflect siya sa bangko as disbursement this month or the current month. So, meaning, by November, kasama na siya sa mga bank debit. So, kasama siya sa mga disbursements. So, with that, dapat itong 1,970,000 na to, dapat i-reduce natin siya, no? Deduct natin yung 100,000 considering that, again, this 100,000 most probably, no, is included in that 1,970,000 na bank disbursement. As, of course, the bank debits. Okay? So another reconciling item will be ito, yung related sa 100,000. 100,000 erroneous credit. So we'll have here, this is a bank error, specifically an erroneous credit. So nangyari yan noong November. So since erroneous credit man yun, ibig sabihin overstated yung ating bank balance. So to correct that, we'll just have to deduct 100,000. Okay? So now, asan siya may effect? May effect ba siya sa receipts or sa disbursement? So nung credit ng bangko yung 100,000, of course affected ang kanyang mga bank credits, no? Affected ang kanyang bank receipt. So what happened to your bank receipts? Actually, it is overstated. Kasi dapat wala naman talaga yung credit na yun, pero ni-reflect siya doon sa records ng bank. So sobra, itong 2.5 million na to, sobra ito ng 100,000. Kasi nga, hindi naman sa kay Beehive yung 100,000, kundi kay Beeline. So let's deduct, no, the 100,000 erroneous credit. Another bank error, last na lang, no, yung bank error natin, isa pa, we have an erroneous check disbursement. Okay? So there is an erroneous check disbursement reflected in the bank debits. So dapat sana itong check disbursement na to ay kay Beeline. Pero na-debit siya sa account ni Beehive. So kung check disbursement yan, dinebit niya, ibig sabihin understated naman this time ang ating bank balance. So what you have to do is you add it back. Add natin siya. So asan siya? Asan yung effect, no? Is it affecting your receipts or your disbursement? Okay, so tama, no? It is affecting your disbursement. So itong 1,970,000 na to, this includes already the 200,000. Pero of course, hindi naman talaga yan disbursement ni Beehive, no? Kay Beeline nga yan. So what you're going to do is we deduct the 200,000. Okay, so since wala na tayong ibang reconciling items, pwede na nating i-compute yung total. Yan, that's your adjusted bank balance, which of course happens to be equal to our adjusted book balance. No? So for the cash receipts, we have also 2,290,000, which reconciles with our cash receipts per book. Our disbursements na 2,070,000, that is also equal to our adjusted book balance. And then lastly, of course, our November 30 balance, so which is 820,000. So this is our adjusted bank balance. So that's it, no? This is our adjusted balance method na proof of cash. So I hope this discussion has enlightened you. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.